As a lobster in a restaurant tank, I was surrounded by my fellow crustaceans. We were all confined to our small spaces, with nothing but the sound of water filtering through our gills and the occasional chatter of customers to break the monotony. I often wondered what the others thought about their confinement, but no one spoke of it. It was a bleak existence, one that seemed to stretch out before us with no end in sight. But I had a secret dream. I dreamt of escape. It wasn't a new dream, but it had grown stronger over time. At first, I had simply hoped that someone would come and release us all back into the ocean. But as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, I realized that I could not rely on anyone else. I had to take matters into my own pincers. I spent my days watching the humans who came into the restaurant, trying to discern their routines and habits. I memorized the layout of the restaurant, the position of the tanks, and the location of the doors. I even tried to befriend a few of my fellow lobsters, whispering my plans to them in the hopes that they might join me. But most of them were too resigned to their fate, too afraid to hope for something more. One day, I was caught up in my thoughts when a human approached our tank. He was a tall man with a weathered face, and he wore a white apron over his black clothes. He looked at me with an appraising eye, and I felt a shiver go through my body. Was he going to pick me for someone's dinner? The man surprised me. He reached into the tank, but instead of grabbing me, he plucked one of my tank mates out of the water. The other lobster struggled in his grip, waving his pincers frantically, but the man was too strong. I could hear the lobster's muffled screams as the man carried him away. The other lobsters in the tank were silent, as if they knew that this was just the way things were. But I couldn't help the rage that burned in my chest. How could these humans be so callous, so indifferent to our suffering? I knew that I had to escape before I met the same fate. That night, I huddled in the corner of the tank, thinking over my plans. I was so lost in thought that I didn't hear the sound of another lobster approaching me. "Oi!" a voice said, and I looked up to see a small lobster standing before me. "I heard you talking about escape. Is it really possible?" I hesitated, wondering if I could trust this lobster. But then I saw the hope in his eyes, and I knew that I had to try. "Yes," I said. "It's possible. But we have to be careful. We can't let the humans catch us." The other lobster nodded eagerly, and I felt a spark of hope ignite in my chest. Maybe, just maybe, we could make it out of here alive. As the small lobster listened to my plans for escape, I couldn't help but remember my own past. In my youth, I was a free-spirited creature, exploring the ocean floor with reckless abandon. But that all changed when I was caught in a trap and sold to this restaurant. At first, I resigned myself to my fate, believing that there was no way out. But as time passed, I realized that I could never truly be content in this tank. I longed to feel the rush of the waves against my shell, to taste the salt in the air, and to swim free once more. The small lobster's eyes widened as I spoke, and I could see the same longing in his gaze. It reminded me of myself when I was first brought to this tank. I had been so afraid, so alone, until I had found the courage to dream of something more. But dreaming wasn't enough. We had to take action if we wanted to escape. And as I watched the small lobster nod his agreement, I knew that I wasn't alone anymore. Together, we would find a way out of this place. I hope you have enjoyed this original story by Vibrant9. Please like, share, and subscribe for more. And remember, you are the first to hear it.